Hello, Algebra, again. I want to thank all of you who showed up and were there for the Google Meet. We're going to be having that every other day, so the next one's going to be on Wednesday. We're going to continue doing stuff like this. We're going to continue doing the these Google Meets every other day. This week is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we're not going to be coming back until spring break is over with. Yeah, don't worry too much about any of that. If you can't show up, you don't want to show up, you're just worried about other things, that's fine. Hold on one second. And if you showed up today and found it to be not worth your time, you don't have to show up again. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. I'm going to be on there from 10 to 11 every day. Tomorrow geometry, so that's not something y'all need to worry about. Today we talked about distance formula and midpoint formula. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to give a couple of examples of how to do this. So right here we have a coordinate plane. Get a little bit further back and right there. Move this out of the way, and yep, there we go. Coordinate plane. So if we have, let's say we have a 3, 4, 3. 4, 3 is that point. And we want to know how far, and we have another point which is over here. Let's go with let me see, what's a good one? -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. We have this one, we have -2, -5. So those are our points. We have a line that goes through those points. So we want to find the distance formula and the midpoint formula. Those are right here. This formula right here. x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2 is your midpoint formula. Now, really it's just plugging it in. So if I were to take the midpoint formula and I say x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Again, like I said in the video earlier, in the meet earlier, it doesn't matter which one is 1 and it doesn't matter which one is 2. You just matter whichever one you have for 1 is y, as x, that's the same one for y. So, let's take a look here, and we'll use our points, which we have as 4, 3, and -2, -5. Alright, so those are our points. I'm not going to need this right now. I am going to use it a little bit later, but now I'm just going to put in the formulas. So really what we do is we have 4 plus -2 over 2. 1, 2. x1 plus x2. y1 goes with x1. 3 plus 5 over plus -5 over 2. And then it's just order of operations. This is 2 over 2, and this is -2 over 2. Pretty simple. So my midpoint is 1, -1. Now we are going to go back. 1, 1, -1, right there. So we look at it. Let's get back into the whole thing. 1, -1. And that is the midpoint, and that's what it looks like, the midpoint. Now, distance formula is this formula right here. Square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. Again, we're just plugging in, we're just solving. Again, we're going to use those same points, which were 4, 3, and -2, -5. And much like with midpoint formula, the x1 and x2 does not matter, and the y1 and y2 does not matter, but the x1 has to go with y1, and the x2 has to go with y2. So we're going to do both of these together just to kind of see. The two radical signs are to show the two different ways we can do that. We can say this is point 1, or we can say this is point 1. We're going to start with this one being point 1, that one being point 2. So the x1 minus, so the first part is -2 minus 4 squared plus -2 minus 4 x1 x2 x1 minus x2 squared. Okay, plus -5 y1 minus y2, right there, squared. So we're going to do it. We're going to reverse it over here. We're going to say this is point 1. Now this is point 1 now, and this is point 2. And it's going to be 4 minus -2 squared x1 minus x2 squared plus 3 minus -5 squared. Okay, so then we're just going to do order of operations at this point. Squared. This is square root of -6 squared plus -8 squared. And this one is 6 squared plus 8 squared. This is square root of 36 plus 64. And this is square root of 36 plus 64. So you can see that they end up being the same thing, which is going to be square root of 100, which the distance is 10. So for this line right here, we have found that we have these points, -2, -5, and 4, 3, that right here is the midpoint, and that the whole thing has a distance of 10. And if we're going to be doing, figuring out midpoint, this has a distance of 5, and that side has a distance of 5, so the whole thing would have 10. Whole lot of fun stuff we can do with that. That is pretty much all I have for today. Tomorrow, not going to do anything with y'all. The next thing we're going to do is going to be on Wednesday when we move on to the next topic, and that's when your stuff is due. Whatever I give today, your stuff is due on Wednesday, and then Wednesdays will be due on Friday. Fridays will be due after spring break. So we're going to worry about that in future days. Right now, we're not really worrying too much about it because we're still trying to figure out how everything's going to work best. If any questions, email me. Stay safe. Talk soon.